moving on from this, let's talk about some history, Jalen, because
All
history
right.
was made on Monday
Mm,
night down in the Bayou with Drew Brees putting on another record-breaking performance. Drew Brees is
amazing performance.
it was damn he was just slicing and dicing, man. And he made the Colts look like shit, which they have been in the past few weeks, but they looked really shitty
Yeah, he made him look extra shitty with shit on top.
with shit on top. Oh boy. But so Drew Brees is now the NFL's all-time leader in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Currently, he's at 76,884 yards and he's at 541 touchdowns, breaking the record of 539 set by Peyton Manning. Um,
Mm,
and also, not only did he break the all-time passing touchdown record on Monday night, he also set the record for highest completion percentage in a game when he went 26 for 27. So
that is beautiful.
he's
I
just
thought he went
amazing.
29 for 30.
Sorry, 29 for 30. Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that
it.
was that's beautiful to see. How do you, first off, he had one incompletion. You know how
Yeah.
difficult that is to not accidentally like that means he probably like accidentally like he forgot to wipe his hand, he had a little bit of water on
Not
the
even
ball,
throwing the
accidentally
ball
let
away,
one go.
too.
And then like yeah, no throwing the ball away. He obviously didn't have to clock it. They destroyed them. But
Also, it
just
wasn't just
not
dinks
having
and
to
dunks either. He was putting the ball downfield.
like there was bombs in that game. Like he missed one throw.
That's
One throw.
phenomenal. But that's part of why, Jalen, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Is he the most underrated quarterback of all time?
Definitely. I think he is definitely one of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time.
Is there
If
anyone that
not,
comes
he's
close to
definitely top
his
two.
amount of being just underrated?
I feel like a lot of the other people on this list, it's more they made more things that they were their fault that kind of caused them. I'm not going to say anybody specific, but more of the other people I would consider the top most underrated quarterbacks or players in general of
Mm-hmm.
all time. It's been like things they did, like just like either they committed a crime or like just how they handled something with a team or just something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And people kind of look down on their career for that. But Drew Brees is literally the only thing I
He's
could
a
say that
saint,
people,
literally.
yeah,
He plays for the Saints,
that
and that man is a saint.
exactly. I think the only thing people could ever say about Drew Brees, about his player, anything was he is short.
He has small hands.
That's it.
He makes it
Yeah,
that
short
he's
and
automatically a
small
bad
hands,
quarterback.
and it's not his fault. You can't you can't change the fact that
Yeah, it is.
he's
Just
short.
eat more protein, drink some more milk. Super easy.
Yeah, that's his fault. He didn't drink enough milk as a kid, and that's why he's small.
Fucking Drew,
Uh,
man.
but
Didn't drink
it's
enough
like I
milk.
feel like he's changing the stigma for short quarterbacks, and he's listed at 6 foot. He's definitely shorter than 6 foot,
Five
in my
11 and a
opinion.
half. Round up.
Yeah, but I think he changed the stigma is that you don't have to be a 6'3", six foot
Mm-hmm.
two plus quarterback to dominate the league. You can be 5 foot and
He's
still
just the most accurate quarterback of all time. He's one of the most well versed quarterbacks of all time. I'd argue second smartest. The smartest is always going to be Peyton Manning, because
yeah,
with the five head like that, that brain was giant and it held everything. But
everything.
Drew Brees is so analytical when it comes to the game.
In my opinion, I think Drew Brees is kind of going to be up there, but I feel like he'll get pushed farther depending on the careers of Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray.
Mhm.
I think based on how they do,
Lamar Jackson,
let's say Kyler Murray and no, not even Lamar Jackson. I feel
really?
like based off of how Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray play, both being sub 5 foot,
Hmm.
I mean sub 6 foot quarterbacks, it's gonna like if they both dominate the league, it's just gonna throw the stigma out the window, and it's
Yeah.
gonna make Drew Brees better because it's just gonna, the main thing was he's short. So
Hmm.
if short quarterbacks start doing good, I feel like it's going to boost Drew Brees up because then it's always going to be like, oh yeah, Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson are good, but the best short quarterback of all time
Drew
is Drew
Brees.
Brees. So I feel like the better they do, the better it's going to make Drew
I
Brees
feel it.
look. Which I think is sad that it has to be like that,
Hmm.
but that's just kind of how it is.
Right.
So
I
I'm
think
hoping they
if we're
both do
talking,
good just to help him out.
I'm trying to think. I guess the closest, the next most underrated quarterback besides maybe Drew Brees is Kurt Warner,
Yeah,
because that
the
guy was
undrafted
phenomenal.
goat.
But I haven't heard anyone talk about him in the top quarterbacks of all time.
He's definitely a top quarterback of all
He's up
time, in
there.
my
He had
opinion.
the greatest show on turf. Then he went and killed it in Arizona as well. That guy
It's
was
definitely.
phenomenal. He went from bagging
And
groceries, he went from playing in the AFL, and he went to winning Super Bowls and being one of the greatest top 10 quarterback of all time.
yeah, definitely. I think it's just they always try to say, "Oh, he was an undrafted quarterback," and they try to say like, "Oh, he's one of the best undrafted quarterbacks of all
No, he's
time."
just one of the
But I
best
feel like people
quarterbacks of all
never
time.
exactly people don't give him the credit. It's like he went to places and dominated. Like
Mm-hmm.
he stole jobs from people who actually were draft picks. Like he didn't just come in and take jobs from bums. It was he came in and he when people were playing good, like Josh McCown early in his career when he was with the Cardinals he went in there and he got Josh McCown's job. And
Mm-hmm.
Josh McCown obviously isn't like a Hall of Famer quarterback, but at the same time, he
Wow, that's
wasn't
a hot take
a
if I've
bum.
ever heard one.
Josh McCown is not. Even though he was a Cardinals quarterback, I would never say that Josh McCown is a
Matt
Hall of Famer. He
Leinart,
was
Hall of Famer.
never say that.
Hey, Jalen. Jake Plummer, Hall of Famer. Gotta
Oh,
bring up his today is actually his birthday. Happy birthday, Jake Plummer. Played for the Cardinals and the
happy
Broncos.
birthday, Jack.
Round of
Uh, yeah, that's happy birthday, bro. Streamer, all that stuff. But yeah, no, definitely none of those were Hall of Fame quarterbacks. But definitely Kurt Warner is a Hall of Fame quarterback and one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yep. One of the most underrated. But honestly, Drew Brees is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
think
we'll
Drew
see.
Brees is
We'll
better.
see in our rankings. But I just need people to because now people are going to start respecting Drew Brees just because he's getting in the all time stat leader in some of these categories. But
Yeah, and
he
there's no way
is
to not
at
talk about
least
him
a
if he's
top
on
five.
there.
You'll hear exactly where he lands on our rankings, but he's at least a top five quarterback of all time, and I don't
Of
want
all
to
time.
hear otherwise, because he deserves way more respect than he's given, way more.
And also, if you don't believe Drew Brees is a top five quarterback, go ahead and leave us a message, or just direct message us, or just send it on to our link on our Twitter or
Yeah,
Instagram, or even
tell
our
us so we
YouTube
can make fun
comment
of you.
section. Just let us know why you think he's not. But
I would like to
you're
hear the
not going to prove
argument
us
against
wrong.
him being a top five. To be honest,
I would love to hear it. Other than he's short. If you're just coming with he's short, we get it.
but
Whatever.
that doesn't fucking matter
Move on.
anymore.
It doesn't. It
He
doesn't
stands in the
matter.
pocket and throws over his 6'5" lineman, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
but for
matter,
some reason, being short's a problem.
right?
It's every single year. It's a new thing of why him being why short people can't play in the league.
It's
It's like if Trendon Holiday could play in this league, anyone could play in this league. Trendon Holiday was like five
return
six.
man for the Broncos, and he was like on a couple other teams. I remember
Yeah,
he was a solid return man. He was really I think it was like a 98 speed in Madden, whichever one he was
yeah.
on.
At some point, he was like a
But
98 speed.
he also got blasted by Pat McAfee
Yeah, that's the only downside to being small. Is you get lifted by some
by some
some
kickers,
people.
man. I mean, I'll respect to Pat, for the brand. I respect it.
Yeah,
He wasn't small by any means, but normally you just don't see kickers lighting up return man. That's just a
and Pat
fact.
McAfee. I feel like if you're gonna get lit up by a kicker, if it's Pat McAfee, I feel like we'll let it slide.
I
It's
mean, better than, remember how the fat fuck Janikowski? Oh boy.
we're talking about big kickers. Let's talk about that Penn State kicker that just
Oh
disappeared out of nowhere.
yeah. I think he actually had legitimate eating issues, but
Uh,
that fucker was
ouch.
big. No hefty
Yeah,
lefty levels, but man, he was big.
rest in peace, hefty lefty.
I'm pretty sure that Jamarcus Russell and Janikowski had the same exact diet.
About the same.
But
Three pizzas.
Janikowski definitely had the better work ethic. He was a kicker. He still probably watched more film than Jamarcus, which if you just watched a minute, that's more. So good for him.
Yep, breaking records.
Yep. But Drew Brees, put a little respect on his name, please, because he is a top five quarterback at least.